All right, y'all, what's poppin', man? We coming with another one. It's your boy. We still on the clock. Hey, this one right here, man, is about one of my favorite comedians, man. You know what I'm saying? I grew up watching them all my life. You know what I'm saying? It's no other than Fred G. Sanford. You know what I'm saying? Sanford and Son. So I was basically like hooked on that show. And Fred had me rolling as a kid. Still had me rolling right now today. You know what I'm saying? But he one of the top vets in the comedy thing. But what this skit is about is basically like a lot of the shit that he started off doing way before any one of y'all was here. You know what I'm saying? A public figure to Las Vegas, to everybody know Red Fox. You know what I'm saying? But it was shady dealings in the gang, though. So, so Dog wanted to warn some of the early comedians or whatever not to fall for the banana in the tailpipe trick type shits. You feel me? So we're gonna get to his words or whatever, because I don't want to get them twisted. It could be allegedly. We know we got AI out there, and to let y'all know, I'm sweating right now. I'm not no AI. I'm a real person. But what I'm trying to do is just relate the message that if that's your favorite or one of your favorite comedians, always wanted to know what happened to him, didn't have the time to investigate it, we got it for you. So without further ado, I'm about to bring it to you right now, baby. Coolest dude on YouTube.
I hear some of my own material on television, and they won't let me do it, but still another guy can go on the show and do it. It's really funny. And then they get the young black comics, and they twist their minds, and they talk about watermelon and rolling their eyes. It's just young Stephen Fetchits and Mantan Moreland's repeat, that's all. But I won't go that direction. Well, the reaction was sort of one of, ooh, don't do that, you can't do that kind of stuff here, and whatever I was preparing. I got mixed reactions.
Because you on Bernie. And I know the truth. You think I'm gonna let you on Bernie and then come get me? I'm the next king?
Recently, it came to light that Red Fox allegedly warned Bernie Mac about the dark side of the industry and its top players like Oprah, Tyler Perry, and Diddy.
Everyone must get involved to correct some of the things that are really wrong, and there are things that are wrong, you'd admit it. I do, because I see the truth.
So did Fox know something we don't about how these elites control the game? Steal jokes and blackball those who don't play along? 2
important roles in a Broadway show, 1 role in a movie. It would have made a difference to me, but I just couldn't accept the part that they offered me,
See, Fox often claimed that those in power were stealing jokes from lesser-known comedians.
A lot of people figured, here's a guy that's doing something that's brand new, whereas for years, I had been doing it myself, I was being in the right place at the right time.
So is it possible that speaking out against this theft led to his downfall? He spoke so openly about the industry's dark side. Could this have been the reason he was blackballed?
There are a lot of things to be said, and I said in a helpful way,
Or was it a hidden warning to Bernie Mac? You see, Bernie has also faced similar struggles. Despite his immense talent, he fought for years to get his own TV show.
Because you on Bernie. And I know the truth. You think I'm gonna let you on Bernie and then come get me? I'm the next king? You.
But why was he consistently overlooked while others like Steve Harvey landed multiple shows? And even after winning an Emmy and garnering high viewership, Mac constantly battled to keep his show running. Was there something more sinister behind the network's reluctance to support him?
Steve was scared of him.
They had differences.
No, they ain't had no difference. Bernie's never gonna come at you any kind of way but a gentleman.
Even Mac had often joked about the industry's inner workings, but was there a deeper truth behind his humor?
Do I have a television show? No.
I'll hold him, man.
I ain't got no television show. Why? Because you scared of me.
Could his show have been canceled because he was subtly exposing industry secrets?
Scared I'm gonna say something. Think I won't say something? Let me tell you something. Y'all been with me for a long time.
And surprisingly, Red Fox also warned Bernie Mac about the industry's dark side long ago. So did Mac face the same fate as Fox for refusing to conform?
Not too encouraging, but I still stick with it. I believe something will happen, because I'm pretty hard-nosed about it. I'm going to make it regardless, I know people for that.
And Fox also spoke of new black artists being given everything because they supposedly sold their souls. Is this why Fox was denied almost everything?
I'm born for comedy, That's my forte. I know what I'm set for. I'm a nightclub comedian. I'm not a television comedian.
And why did Bernie seem to suffer similarly? Could there be a hidden agenda against those who refuse to play by the industry's rules?
Tired y'all with us. I can't drive. I can't go no motherfucking way. I ain't got no outside kid.
Get ready, folks, because you're about to dive into some stuff hardly anyone knows. Why was Red Foxx targeted? Why did the elites want him out of the picture? Were they scared of him? Did Foxx know something so heinous that they had to bury him along with his secrets? And why did he warn Bernie Mac? Did he see Bernie facing the same fate? This video is all about these questions, so buckle up and let's get started. Red Foxx, the iconic American comedian and actor, left an enduring legacy in the realm of entertainment through his memorable role in the legendary television series Sanford and Son and his groundbreaking comedy albums. Yet, beneath the glitz of his success lurked a somber reality that eventually engulfed him: financial devastation.
I hear some of my own material on television, and they won't let me do it, but still another guy can go on the show and do it. You know, it's really funny, you know? And then they get the young black comics and they twist their minds, you know, and they talk about watermelon.
During the 1970s, Foxx soared to the pinnacle of comedy stardom. Widely recognized for his talent, he commanded some of the highest paychecks among comedians of that era. Adding to his triumphs, his portrayal of Fred Sanford in Sanford and Son propelled him to unprecedented heights, making him the highest paid actor on TV for several consecutive years. Nevertheless, fame often accompanies a deceptive sense of invincibility and a penchant for discretionary spending that can spiral out of control. Red Foxx unfortunately fell prey to this phenomenon, succumbing to a lifestyle of extravagance. Complicated by expensive divorce proceedings and a tendency to procrastinate on taxes, he found himself submerged in debt when tragedy struck.
It's just young Stepin Fetchits and Mantan Morelands repeat, that's all. But I won't go that direction. I turned down 2 major roles in a Broadway show.
At the time of his passing, Red Foxx faced a staggering $3.5 million in unpaid taxes. Consequently, this overwhelming financial burden wiped out his net worth entirely, leaving the once prosperous star with a crushing $3.5 million on his balance sheet. The narrative of Foxx's downfall is both cautionary and tragic, serving as a stark reminder that fiscal responsibility is paramount, regardless of one's level of success or earning potential. Despite earning astronomical sums during his prime years, imprudent financial choices led to his ultimate financial ruin.
One role in a movie that would have made a difference to me, but I just couldn't accept the part that they offered me, you know. It was really going back before Civil War days, you know.
Though Red Foxx departed this world amidst financial challenges, let us not overlook the profound impact he had on comedy through his revolutionary contributions. His unfiltered humor reshaped stand-up comedy, leaving an indelible mark and opening doors for generations of comedians. Red Foxx's portrayal of Fred G. Sanford in the immensely popular television show Sanford and Son played a pivotal role in his financial prosperity during the 1970s. The show consistently secured a place among the top 10 programs throughout its 5-year run, granting Foxx the leverage to negotiate higher salaries for his role, ultimately earning him around $35,000 per episode.
And shuffle and this here and that there. I talk bad enough already. I don't need to put it on film, you know. Not for money, you know.
Foxx's stellar performance on Sanford and Son earned him 6 Emmy Award nominations, underscoring the significant impact his character had on both audiences and critics. While he didn't secure any Emmy wins, these nominations solidified his status as one of the most recognizable figures on television during that era. Despite the financial success enjoyed during this period, it's crucial to recognize that Foxx encountered substantial financial challenges later in life, ultimately filing for bankruptcy protection in 1983 due to accrued debts. Certainly, there is no denying the profound impact Sanford and Son had on Red Foxx's financial success in the 1970s. The show not only allowed him to amass a significant fortune, but also solidified his position as one of the highest-earning television stars of that era. Through his portrayal of Fred G. Sanford, Foxx showcased his comedic brilliance, winning the hearts of audiences globally.
Give me my money. No, I said no. No, I want my money. I said no, partner. Get out of here.
Even though Red Foxx made a ton of money, he ran into some trouble that hurt his finances. People say he had some pretty wild spending habits. He made millions every year but spent like there was no tomorrow. Because of that, his fortune slowly disappeared over time.
No, I think television true with me. I've been away from television 2 or 3 years, and no one's called me to do anything. I guess they think that I'm just Fred Sanford, and so if they don't have a part for Fred, there's nothing else left.
On top of his wild spending, Redd Foxx also went through multiple divorces that drained his bank account with hefty settlements. These payouts really hit his net worth hard at the time. Redd also had major tax problems, making things worse. The IRS slapped him with tax liens for unpaid income taxes from 1983 to 1986, racking up a whopping $7 million bill. Penalties and interest made this amount even bigger, eventually leading to the seizure of his assets and vehicles. In the end, a mix of his extravagant spending, big divorce payouts, and serious tax issues, along with poor financial management, left Redd Foxx with massive debt and a negative net worth when he passed away. Despite all these challenges, Redd Foxx left an unforgettable mark on the entertainment world with his incredible performances, especially in Sanford and Son. His comedic genius not only entertained millions, but also helped him build a significant fortune during the 1970s.
Yeah, some of my dearest friends now forgot Redd Foxx. They all call me Sanford. Like Slappy White and I were partners for many years, and now even calls me Sanford.
Some of Redd Foxx's admirers believe that his financial troubles were partly due to racial factors and systemic issues in the entertainment industry. They argue that certain power dynamics and biases made things harder for him. Redd performed on Sanford and Son until 1977. He then signed the richest contract in television to star in a variety show on ABC called The Redd Foxx Comedy Hour. After initially gaining high ratings, the show was canceled at the end of its first season. Foxx returned to his stand-up career in Las Vegas, but was involved in a number of lawsuits ranging from a contract dispute with ABC to charges that he had harassed a waitress and assaulted one of his employees. For Redd, the 1980s were characterized by massive debt, business failures, and another divorce. He filed for bankruptcy in 1983. In 1986, The Redd Foxx Show debuted, but it only lasted a few months. A Broadway show, Redd Foxx and Friends, failed the next year. In 1989, the IRS raided Redd's home and confiscated almost everything in an attempt to recover enough to pay his back taxes. That same year, Redd starred in the movie Harlem Nights with Eddie Murphy. Murphy was so impressed by Foxx's chemistry with Della Reese, Redd's longtime friend from the Chitlin circuit, that he created a new sitcom for the pair in 1991. Shortly after his fourth marriage to Kaho Cho, Foxx's new show, The Royal Family, debuted to high ratings. Unfortunately, Foxx's marriage and career comeback were cut short by a stroke of fate. However, some of Redd Foxx's admirers have consistently held the belief that his financial downfall was influenced by racial factors and systemic issues within the entertainment industry. This perspective suggests that certain power dynamics and biases in the industry played a role in the challenges Foxx faced. In looking at Bernie's career, fans see no differences between both stars' fates. In 1977, Bernie Mac's comedy career took off when he joined the comedy club circuit. That same year, he married his high school sweetheart, Rhonda, and they stayed together until his untimely passing. Their strong partnership was a key part of his personal life as he navigated his journey in the comedy world.
I've been doing this book tour, and it get, it's like interviews.
Dredging up a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you keep on living this stuff over and over again, answering the same question.
Following his breakthroughs, Bernie Mac became a fixture in a multitude of high-profile productions. In 2003, he graced the screen in Charlie's Angels Full Throttle and shared the spotlight with Billy Bob Thornton in Bad Santa, while also starring alongside Chris Rock in Head of State. His illustrious career was further punctuated by notable roles in the subsequent Ocean sequels, Transformers, Madagascar, Escape to Africa, and Soul Men. Bernie Mac's consistent presence in these major projects solidified his status as a respected and accomplished actor in the entertainment industry. In a tragic turn of events, Bernie Mac's promising career came to an abrupt end in 2008 when he fell victim to pneumonia, further complicated by his enduring struggle with sarcoidosis. Diagnosed with sarcoidosis in 1983, just as his career was gaining momentum, Bernie Mac faced the challenges of this condition, which had also played a role in the passing of Football Hall of Famer Reggie White in 2004. While pneumonia was officially cited as the cause of Bernie Mac's untimely death, it is likely that sarcoidosis played a substantial contributory role in his declining health.
Bernie had the N-word, which highly affected his immune system.
Rhonda McCullough, Bernie Mac's widow, holds the belief that her husband's untimely passing could have been preventable. In response to this conviction, she has taken legal action by initiating a wrongful death lawsuit in Chicago, specifically targeting one of Bernie Mac's physicians. According to McCullough's legal claim, Dr. Renee M. Earls, a dermatologist responsible for addressing the skin issues associated with Mack's sarcoidosis, is accused of negligence. The lawsuit alleges that Dr. Earls failed to identify signs of medical distress or promptly seek emergency care when Bernie Mac visited his Chicago office on July 17, 2008, a mere 3 weeks before the comedian's tragic demise.
She got up, man, I got up. She got out of bed, I got out of bed, you know.
On that fateful day when Bernie Mac visited Dr. Renee M. Earls' office, he was already grappling with a fever, fatigue, and respiratory difficulties. During the 9 hours Mac spent at the office, he displayed unstable vital signs, including a rapid heart rate and breathing. However, as per the allegations in the lawsuit, Dr. Earls purportedly failed to recognize the severity of the situation. According to the legal claim, Dr. Earls neglected to identify cardiopulmonary instability or acknowledge the abnormal vital signs and signs of impending respiratory failure. Tragically, during this critical period, Dr. Earls did not take immediate action, such as calling 911 or arranging for the actor's transfer to an emergency room.
When I heard that he was in the hospital, I knew then how serious it was.
As a result, Mac died unnecessarily, the suit claims, and his family has been deprived of his love, companionship, and emotional support. One physician wrote in an affidavit supporting the lawsuit that if Earls had dialed 911, Mac would have received timely medical care and would have survived. That's where the speculations were started, and people believe that Hollywood is directly or indirectly involved in Bernie's death. Bernard discovered his life's mission at the tender age of 4, driven by a desire to make others laugh. He declared, "Mama, I'm gonna be a comedian so maybe you never have to cry again," after watching his mother laugh at Bill Cosby while she was sobbing. Before achieving success in comedy, Bernard worked in various jobs, including as a truck driver, restaurant manager, mover, basketball instructor, and Wonder Bread delivery man. In 1990, he had his big break when he won first place in the Miller Lite Comedy Search with an outstanding performance. Russell Simmons took notice and gave him a spot on his groundbreaking program, Def Comedy Jam. Bernard's reputation grew and he was invited to perform again after his initial performance was so warmly appreciated. Bernie Mac quickly became a sensation after his breakout on Def Comedy Jam. Soon after, he toured as the opening act for artists like Chaka Khan, Barry White, The Whispers, and many more. In 1992, he made his feature film debut in Mo Money, but it was his role as Pastor Cleaver in Ice Cube's popular film Friday in 1995 that really marked his breakout performance. He continued to appear in numerous movies after that. One of Bernie Mac's most quoted and memorable stand-up bits is Milk and Cookies, where he hilariously recounts his nieces and nephews moving in with him and his wife because their mother got hooked on drugs. Mac's storytelling shines in this bit, solidifying his reputation as one of the greatest comedians of all time. The Milk and Cookies bit can be seen in the Spike Lee-directed concert film The Original Kings of Comedy. The audience has no problem relating to Bernie Mac's struggles of raising children, making it one of his standout performances.
That's right, I said I'm gonna bust her head to the white meat show. And I ain't ashamed that I said it, and ain't nobody gonna make me take it back.
After the release of The Original Kings of Comedy, many fans were asking, who is this guy? Sure, we recognized him from favorite movies like Friday, The Players Club, and How to Be a Player, but after Kings of Comedy, we all knew Bernie Mac by name. There was a reason why Bernie Mac closed out the show. Nobody could follow him. And we all wondered, why doesn't he have his own show? Because they were scared.
I ain't got no television show. Why? Because you scared of me. Scared I'm gonna say something.
See, at the time, Steve and Cedric shared the screen on The Steve Harvey Show, and DL had The Hewleys, but Bernie Mac had yet to break through the mainstream. It's not like people weren't trying to get Bernie Mac on TV. His first attempt was hosting an R&B jazz late-night variety show on HBO called Midnight Mac in 1995, which only lasted 4 episodes. Chris Rock, who cast Mac as his brother in the 2003 comedy Head of State, said that he tried to get Bernie a TV show before he became a household name. Chris Rock mentioned that he had a meeting with NBC a few years ago. During the meeting, they asked him what he wanted to do, and he expressed his desire to create a TV show featuring Bernie Mac. He emphasized Bernie Mac's name multiple times, but NBC seemed hesitant and ultimately decided not to pursue it. It seemed obvious to everyone except for TV executives that this comedian needed his own show. Larry Wilmore, who co-created The PJs and would go on to co-create Insecure with Issa Rae, realized the same thing that Chris Rock and everyone else who saw Kings of Comedy did. Bernie Mac was a bona fide star. Wilmore thought that Mac would be the perfect muse and star for a TV show he was working on. In a 2018 interview with the Television Academy, Wilmore explained how the show came to be. He said, "It was timing. I had the idea without Bernie based on a show. There was a show on PBS called 1900 House, and people had to live as if it was 1900. He said, "They rigged cameras in the house. I wanted to do a show where it felt like we were observing this family rather than the action pushed at us. There was still resistance to the form of it," he added. "The form was so different and the rhythms were so different." According to Larry Wilmore's interview on The D.L. Hewley Show in 2019, "The network and I never saw eye to eye on what the show was because it was so different," he says. "In fact, after I was fired, I said in the press that we had creative differences. I was creative, and they were different," he adds. "I was never given the benefit of the doubt that I was doing something different. They always assumed I was incompetent and didn't know what I was doing, even though we are winning every award. So how those two things would happen is beyond me." His career continued, with several acting, producing, and writing jobs in shows like The Office and The Daily Show. In that same interview, DL confirmed that Bernie felt no one would give him an opportunity. He continued by stating that Wilmore was pivotal in the creation of the show because he didn't change Bernie, but he was able to present Bernie in a way that worked for him. Wilmore added that because of his show The PJs, he knew he wanted to do a non-animated sitcom. So after seeing the original Kings of Comedy, he approached Bernie with the idea and he loved it. So did Foxx. Wilmore's goal was to show a different side of Bernie, which is why he says that the single camera format was so important to the show. He explained that Bernie Mac as a comedian on stage was very dynamic. If he had Bernie performing in front of an audience, he felt he would be competing with that larger-than-life version of Bernie and believed he would lose. However, he thought that if he were doing a single camera show, he could present a more intimate portrait of Bernie that wouldn't compete with his stage persona, allowing viewers to get to know Bernie in a different way. The Bernie Mac Show premiered on Fox in November 2001 to decent ratings. The first season averaged 9.5 million viewers and was critically acclaimed. Larry Wilmore won an Emmy Award for writing the pilot episode, and the series also won a Peabody Award for its first season. That same year, Bernie Mac himself was nominated for an Emmy, a Golden Globe, and an NAACP Image Award for Best Actor in a Comedy Series. After the successful first season, Fox decided to air the show in direct competition with ABC's My Wife and Kids, starring Damon Wayans. The Wayans family sitcom regularly outperformed The Bernie Mac Show, averaging over 11 million viewers compared to Bernie Mac's 10 million. Although The Bernie Mac Show fell behind My Wife and Kids, its second season delivered higher ratings than the first season. Despite this improvement, the network still wasn't satisfied with the show, as revealed in an interview with the Television Academy. Larry Wilmore recalls the night he won the Emmy Award, where the head of Fox remarked, "Well, I guess now we can't fire him." Even before the second season premiered, Wilmore's relationship with the network had soured. He says that Fox tried to create a rift between him and Bernie Mac, and by the middle of the second season, they succeeded. In an interview, Wilmore speculated whether Bernie's personal struggles might have influenced the tension regarding who really created the show. Wilmore suggested that Bernie might have felt something was taken from him. As their relationship deteriorated, Wilmore felt there was no longer any reason for him to stay, leading to the network firing him in the middle of the season. But it seems like Red Fox was always aware of these execs and their moves, and he constantly kept warning the upcoming comedian to be aware of such comedians. One person wrote, "Bernie Mac is definitely missed. He definitely was raw with it, but you have to appreciate it's not just the way he said real-ish. It was the way his body language would do the talking. Not many comedians have that gift." Another one added, "Man, I hate when networks shuffle shows around. It's almost like they're trying to sabotage the show, and they mostly do this with black shows." So seemingly Bernie also became the target of these networks, but despite it, people never forgot his legacy that serves as an inspiration for many young comedians.
And that's definitely true, because Good Times went off, because y'all could have made Good Times again. You know what I'm saying? Good Times forever. Good Times eternity. You know what I'm saying? But we always try to take our shit off, though. That's what's so crazy. And then it's like when you watch them shows, the other shows, they be whack. Like, it's a couple of them cool, don't get me wrong. We just got a couple of funnier comedians, man. Hey, I'm up out of here, man. I ain't trying to compare nothing, but it's like everybody else do. And y'all get a chance to ride with y'all folks. So no matter, you know, what I do or whatever, like I said, I'm gonna continue to love every other race and love y'all from a distance or if we in person. But I look at it like this, man. It's like we some important people too, though, straight up, though. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta recognize it. But then the threat is us because y'all trying to get rid of us more than anything because we are like, and you can definitely go research it, the most talented race on here. Besides the money making part and the violence we do amongst each other is what fucks us up. Other than that, if you was like the first set of people on earth, we should have, and Mansa Musa, you know what I'm saying? He has still like more money than like a lot of people right now today still. You know what I'm saying? That was in the 1800s. So we had some rich people back then, man. We just got to learn how to like continue it, man. I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. We up out of here, baby. One love. Hit Squad. And Reckless. You know what I'm saying? MC Doc, baby. We came to do this. You heard?